keep hearing that you winning these awards for your wonderful wildlife photography. Which ones are you proudest of?
The image was of the breaching great white. There were two images practically. One of the breaching great white, and the other one, the year after this, was the picture of the sailfish catching the sardine in his mouth, and then the other side of the picture you see the rest of the bait ball. So it was a very panoramic image with a lot of action in it, and that makes the difference.
And are these images, can they be seen on your website?
They can be seen on the website. And
what is the name of the website?
The website or the company which I'm leading is thebiganimal.com.
Great. Big animals with a
big animals with a plural. The focus of the business or the industry or the company is to be able to create stories, take people, and make it possible for television to actually to follow the big animal, the ocean giants, and be with them in the water to see their behavior. It's very different than only a dive trip. It's not a dive trip. It is experience of a lifetime to see the behavior of the animal in the ocean.
Well, speaking of trips, you do lead trips in addition to doing your editorial and artistic photography. What trips do you have lined up for this year?
There is, this year I'm going to develop a very significant new trips to a new destination altogether, to Greenland. And we're going to look for polar bear, walrus, musks, and narwhal in Greenland, and bowhead whale. So Greenland is going to be a very big focus for me for the next few years. In addition to that, I'm planning another probably 2 or 3 major expeditions beginning of next year, of 2014. One of them is to go to probably the premier place in the world where all the blue whale gathering, and it's called the Costa Rica Dome.
Oh.
Nobody ever been there except National Geographic and BBC one time about 5 years ago. I'm going to put the first expedition ever open to the public. It will be in January 2014. Following that, immediately 3 days later, going to Antarctica and to do a 3-week trip only for leopard seals and orcas feeding. And then immediately after that, 3 days later, going to Mongolia to photograph the snow leopard. Cool. That will be tremendous. Will be tremendous. And those are the things that right now working. In addition to the other trip that or the other expedition that I'm doing between the crocodile, the blue whale in California, the blue whale in Sri Lanka, and of course the sperm whale in the Dominican.
Well, that's a full agenda.
No, it's not yet. It's not over yet. There is more. No, I'm joking.
Good for you. Now, your trips cater primarily to pretty avid photographers. Is that right?
Well, it is a perception, and it is, in my view, it is wrong. The trip or the expedition is actually catered for people which have really great curiosity about life and really willing to challenge themselves and to experience something different. It's not about photography, because photography is secondary. It is first of all to being there in the wild. So it's open to anybody that have this sense of adventure. If you're a photographer, you'll get extra mileage on this trip, because my main interest, the pinnacle part of what I do, is being a photographer. And from there on, what happens is the media, the magazine and television don't want to pay for something like such, and been like that for 20 years, unless they're going to do a big operation, so forget it. And to be able to see behavior of animal, you cannot bring many people. So I decided 20 years ago to bring it and to make it available for few individuals that dream and have this, how do you call it, this spirit to go behind what is normal, behind what they've seen, to go with me in a while and to do that. So the group that we do, that I'm doing this expedition, are a very small group. Some trips are only for 2 people, and maximum 6. But some trip for 2, some trip 4 or 6, depend on the environment and the animal. Because we have to remember also that we cannot overstep on the animal, and we cannot destroy the environment that we're in. We have a responsibility, and that's part of the conversation tonight during the presentation. Will be not about selling trip. I'm not going to sell trip anymore. It's about the responsibility that we have toward the environment, and if we go out there, what we're going to see. It's not about taking the picture, It's about what we're going to learn about the environment.
I also understand that one of your real interests is getting as close personally to having personal encounters without spooking the animal or being in any danger, but trying to get past the usual barriers to have a close-up encounter.
Exactly, very well said, yes, true.
And Amos, how many times, you come to the Scuba Club many times, what is this, about your 5th time?
Well, I don't remember how many times, but since I've been here around to San Francisco 15 years ago from New York, I guess about 5 or 6 times we've been here, yeah.
That's great.
And always well received.
And always pleasure to be here, it's about home.